Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Tuesday, August 16th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have a really great slate of MLB games on today, and we have one of the best pitching matchups I think that we are going to see all year long, and we do have a play from that game. So I am super excited to dive into it. But before we do it, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. And make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe as well. And next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and quit rambling on. Let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap. We won one bet, and we lost two of them right on the hook. So it was very, very unfortunate day. We ended up going 1-2, losing money, but both of our losses were just such tough beats. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So we did end up having the Mariners and the Angels under 3.5 runs in the first 5 innings at -135 odds. This one was looking really solid, but unfortunately in the bottom of the fourth, the Angels did end up scoring, and then neither team scored in the fifth. And at the time that I'm recording this, it's the 8th inning still, and neither team has scored. So it's still 4 runs. So I guess I should have just taken the full game under, but I just really like that first 5 just because we would have saw Castillo versus Ohtani. I just really thought that first 5 was a much better play. But full game is looking like it was the right move. They ended up with 4, and not only did they end up with 4, they're going into the 8th inning with only 4 runs. So, that one was a tough one. Then we had the Phillies, -1.5 versus the Reds. This one was such a pain to watch, and the reason being is just because in the bottom of the 8th, the Reds hit a solo home run so the Phillies were up 4-2. Bottom of the 8th, Reds hit a solo home run, bring it within 1. Top of the 9th, Phillies had a full count with a runner on third, and they strike out looking. So it was very, very unfortunate, and it was a very great pitch, I will say, by the Reds pitcher, but it was just so tough because if they score that run, we win that bet. So very tough there. Then we did end up having the Mets and the Braves, no run first inning. That one ended up working. So we ended up going 1-2 on the day. Definitely losing a little bit of juice, but I still think that overall, I don't think I made any bad reads. We lost 2 plays on the hook, so, it is what it is. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's, though, because we have some absolute great looks. So our first play of the day, we're taking the Dodgers money line here versus Milwaukee at +108 odds. Do I really need to say anything more? I just don't see a world in any way, shape, or form that the Dodgers should be dogs. I really don't. So I do think that this is going to be an absolute for plus value. There's no reason that the Dodgers should ever be plus value. So I love this play. Milwaukee's obviously a very good home team. They do have their record at home is 29-22, so they are a solid team at home. The Dodgers, however, they're 39-19 on the road. They literally have lost 19 games all year on the road. They've been fantastic, and I don't really foresee that changing anytime soon. And the Dodgers, so I was thinking, I was trying to figure out why the Dodgers were underdogs. I was thinking maybe they'd been on a little bit of a cold spell, because truly, I don't like betting the Dodgers too much just because, a lot of times they're heavy favorites, so it does make it a little bit tough. So I wanted to figure out exactly, why they were favorites. So I was thinking maybe they were in a little bit of a slump. No, they ended up beating the Brewers last game by 4. Then they ended up losing to Kansas City by 4. But they were on a 12-game win streak before that. So they've won 13 out of their last 14 games. So they're not in any sort of a stretch. I thought maybe Milwaukee was hot. Not necessarily. They've only won 1 of their last 4 games, 3 of their last 8, and 4 of their last 13. They have not been a very great team. And then if you look at, I thought maybe it was the pitching matchup, because they do have Brandon Woodruff on the mound, who has been very good for Milwaukee. He does have a 3.52 ERA over the course of the entire season, so he has been pretty solid. But the Dodgers, they have, I looked it up, but I can't remember exactly how to say his name. PPA? I don't remember exactly how to say his name, and I apologize. But the Dodgers pitcher, he does have a 3.92 ERA over the course of the season and a 1.23 ERA on the road. He has been very, very solid with an earned run log of 4, 1, 1, 3, and 0. And those 2 games that he had, the 4 and the 3, both of those were at home. So he has been really, really good on the road. However, he does normally only pitch about 4-ish innings per game. So with that being said, it's going to be a lot of the bullpen for the Dodgers. And I don't have any problem with that because they have the 4th lowest bullpen ERA in the course of the entire season. In Milwaukee, once Brandon Woodruff is out of there, Milwaukee has the 19th best bullpen in the entire MLB. So they are definitely not very good when it comes to the bullpen specifically. So I mean, I just can't figure it out. I really can't figure it out. I can't figure out why the Dodgers are plus money, so I'm taking it. I'm just going to take my money and run with it. I'm not going to overthink it. I don't care what the books have. I don't care if the books have extra information. I don't care. Whatever it is, even if this loses, I will take it on my shoulder, and I'm perfectly fine with it. So that is going to be our first play of the day. Dodgers money line versus the Brewers at plus 108 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking a similar play to what we did yesterday. We're taking the Astros and the White Sox first 5 under 3.5 runs at minus 113 odds. I love this play. I love this play. We have literally 2 of the best pitchers in baseball right now going at it, and I think that this is going to be one of the best pitching matchups in the over the course of the whole season. I love this matchup. It's going to be super exciting to watch. But we'll talk about a couple stats here. So Houston, obviously, pretty good offense. They're 11th in runs per game. White Sox, not so much. They are down to the 18th spot. So nothing too crazy between these 2 teams. They are kind of in that middle 10. But Houston is second when it comes to runs allowed. They do not allow a whole lot of runs whatsoever. Now Chicago, they are not necessarily the best defense. They're just 18th when it comes to runs allowed. So they do allow a lot more runs than the Astros do. But I still think it's a really great spot. Dylan Cease is going to be on the mound here for the Sox. So I think that he can make up for the White Sox not necessarily having the best defense. He does have a 1.96 ERA over the course of the season and a 0.87 ERA in his last 5 games. He's been fantastic. And also, if you want to take a look at this is a crazy stat. Dylan Cease has not had more than 1 earned run since May 24th of this year. So in his last 14 starts, he has not allowed more than 1 run. That's absolutely insane there. Not to mention, on the flip side of the mound, we have Justin Verlander for Houston. He's, in the lead for the Cy Young, and rightfully so. This dude could seriously make a case for MVP. Dude's been fantastic. Has a 1.85 ERA over the course of the season, 1.58 on the road, and a 1.38 in his last 5. He's been great. 2 great pitchers going against each other against not spectacular offenses, so I'm going to be riding with it. I love this play. Astros and the Sox, first 5, under 3.5 runs at minus 113 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're running it back. I think we got fluked out of this last one, and I don't think it happens again today. We're taking it. Phillies, minus 1.5 run line here versus Cincinnati at minus 110 odds. Now if you take a look at it, this is pretty much a copy and paste from yesterday. So if you guys watched yesterday's video, you guys can just click off this. Philadelphia, 33-24 to the road run line. Pretty solid, a little bit above 500. Cincinnati, 27-32 to the run line at home. They are below that 500 mark when it comes to the run line at home. They are just about 5 games shy of it. Also, Philadelphia has covered in 6 of their last 9 games, so they have been pretty good here over their last 9 games. Cincinnati, they have only covered in 2 of their last 7. They have really struggled here recently, of course, except for last game that we bet on them. But also, Philadelphia is just a better team overall. They are 7th when it comes to runs per game. Cincinnati is 20th, so they score more runs, and they also allow a lot fewer runs. Philadelphia is 8th when it comes to runs allowed. Cincinnati is 28th. So Philadelphia is a much better defense as well. And Kyle Gibson's going to be on the mound here for Philadelphia. He's really good. I mean, I don't really need to say too much. He has a 4.29 ERA over the course of the season, 3.56 in his last 5, and an earned run log in his last 3 starts of 2, 1, and 2. So he has been really solid. I don't really think that changes at all. And we have TJ Zook. I think that's how you say his name. I could totally be butchering that, and I apologize. But he is going to be on the mound here for Cincinnati. He has only started one MLB game so far this year. He gave up 6 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. So most likely it's going to be a bullpen game here for Cincinnati. I am perfectly fine with that because Cincinnati is dead last when it comes to bullpen ERA. Philadelphia, once Kyle Gibson does get out of there, they're at 15th. So I think that they can do it. I think that we got fluked out of yesterday's. So we're going to be running it back. We're taking it again. Philadelphia, -1.5 run line versus Cincinnati at -110 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. If I have been helping you guys make any money, make sure that you guys are subbed. I know we've been on a little bit of a cold stretch, but I know we can turn it around for sure. Absolutely, we can. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. This is King Steiner signing out. Peace.